Yeah, that's right. You know what it is, man. Eagles wear boxing, man. Listen to that eagle, man. Pay attention to this one. Lesson today. I see you in there. All right, we good so far. I know y'all like to see me on screen. Whatever it is, you do it on a Friday, baby, baby. Yeah, whatever it is. We're on Friday. We on Friday, man. That's what we on. We on Friday. It's not that it is Friday. We on Friday. We on. We are on. Eagles Web is on, baby. Um, yeah, we on today, man. Are we on one? Are we on? How we on? Are we on one? Or are we just on? Because that's what we do. Or do we own? Or do we own it? Whichever way it is. Anyway, welcome to the show. For those that never speak, you are welcome also. Thank you for coming in. For those that speak, when I say speak, I mean right in the chat. Thank you for coming in. This is Friday. We're going to do a wrap a little bit. I don't want to cover too much today. I'm trying to get out of here. Are you guys making it easier? You know, because my chat is kind of thinning out. For some reason, you guys got a lot of other stuff to do. I know it's getting into the end of the summer. Yeah. So people have a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of things that are in the news that's outside of boxing, in boxing, or outside of boxing. But we're going to look at some of them. I don't really know. You know, I don't know how truthful everything is, but there's just a lot of stuff out there, and there's a lot of world news if you keep up with it. I don't keep up with it. I take flash looks into it, and somebody wants to say, you might want to say that that's keeping up with news, but not when you're only spending like literally less than a minute to check out any news because you've heard it all, and it's always going to be some kind of conspiracy when it comes to when it's a tragedy. There's always some kind of conspiracy behind it or something. There's going to be opposition. There's going to be people that agree with it and believe it, and there's going to be people who don't believe it. Yep. Yep. And we got a lot. We got a lot of voices. People speaking out in this sport of boxing. Every time we try to stick with the game plan, which is trying to, big up it. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to do. We try to big up the sport. And it's very hard to big up the sport, because when you try to big up the sport, and then it fails you. It's something else. You're trying to take up for somebody, and then all of a sudden something fails. I mean, I try to put information out there. I try to give my opinion about it. I say that this person or that person is just not what they seem to be, or whatever, and people just ignore it. You know what I mean? People they ignore it. But sometimes you got to just listen. You know? Sometimes you got to listen. I mean, I don't know it all. We don't know. But some stuff I know, I can't cover in here. You say, "Oh, you're not a doctor. You're not this and that." Okay, well, I'm not a doctor, so what we'll do, since I'm not a doctor, what we'll do is we'll look at some opinions of what some other authorities might have said. I don't care. It's on. They shouldn't be out there if it's reported, if it's wrong, because I know it to be true. I know it to be true and stuff. And I had somebody I had commented on Javante Davis on his IG because somebody got butt hurt about some allegations and stuff. They got butt hurt because Javante Davis put he put a IG out there. He just said something on his Instagram. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't directed. We know it's cold talk, but it wasn't directed at anybody. Didn't say a name on it. He didn't specifically say a person's name. But then when you get, hurt and you feel some kind of way or guilt, then that's on you. Just don't feel guilt. Or don't even get caught into it to say, oh, I know they ain't talking about me though. Not me. Don't start saying not me. Just don't even respond. But people always want, not me, that wasn't me. Yeah, but don't even respond to it. Why you responding, son? Why you respond? Don't respond. If it's not you, don't say nothing. You making it appear to be you because you saying something. Instead of just shutting up, like I better not say nothing. You too dumb to bet not say nothing. You too dumb. Like I said, you sitting there itching. You're itching to say something because you feel a certain way. Don't feel a certain way. Or in boxing, new media and everybody else, just get on one page. Just talk about some of these things. I mean, I don't care. You got to invite all the different channels to a forum. You know what I mean? Like if somebody has a show, just invite them to your forum to just talk about it. Instead of having like a audience or something like that, you temporarily grant like different people, you make them a mod or whatever else, just, and just make it to where only mods can chat, or members only. And those are just people in, let's say, for instance, I'm not trying to single us out, but I'm saying if you have like a boxing opinion, some type of show that you do, then you're allowed to, to put your words up. And then people can comment like after the show or something like that, or they can let them call in or whatever. I don't know. Because we're not going to get to the bottom of none of this, because people, they have their favorites. You know what I mean? Everybody has their favorites and stuff. Man, it's just there's a few things that came up I got to talk about, but we'll see once we get there. I'm not gonna let too much information out, because then what if I take the video down? Now I said so much, then take the video down, and I don't see my people in here. It's kind of early for them. They think I'm late all the time. Well, he's late. Yeah. I just don't base stuff on like a time. I ain't getting paid like that. I used to get paid. But I ain't getting paid to come in here like on like specific time. I gotta get here. I try my best to get here in between 12:30 and 1, because that's when people come in. I used to come in at 12, but people wasn't showing up. I'm talking about 12 Pacific and 3 o'clock Eastern. So what's that? Guess it's 3 hours, right? So 12, yeah, it'd be 3 there. So 1, 2, and then 3. 2 Central, 1 Mountain. But now I try to come in by 3, like 3:30, between 3:30 and 4 Eastern time. And the reason I do that is because I know a lot of people are getting off work finally. A lot of times when I'm getting into it, and the ones that live like closer west, they're probably not getting off, but they're on one of their breaks. They might be on late lunch or break or something like that. So that's why I try to come in. I mean, I can ask everybody, what do you think would be a better time? You guys think I should do mornings? I might have to change up if I do mornings, but that'd be cool. Maybe we do mornings. We can always do it though. We can always do like 9. You know, not 9. That's kind of early for people on the West Coast. But like lunchtime, so that's 12, right? 12 Eastern, something like that. But we'll figure it out. I'll talk to somebody. We'll figure out, if that's a better plan or something like that. But I want to cover a few things because everybody, they get stuff twisted, and because what happens is you forget that you're in. And I'm gonna break it down to the toenails. Now, if there's not many people in here, then there's just not many people. They get it. I know you'll get it afterwards. You know what I mean? I know people will get it like afterwards. They'll get it. Maybe in the you'll have to go over it a few times, or you have to like really pay attention, like listen before you get it, or maybe you just get it right away. Because some people are already like on the edge, like they're already thinking like I'm thinking. But I try to keep from any kind of like thought process. I don't really think um, like most people would think about certain stuff. It's already embedded to write. To I'm saying that there's things that we know just inherently. We just know. We don't take nothing for granted. Don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you see. Matter of fact, it goes so far that y'all, a lot of people don't understand. You can't even go on a belief system to where you believe everything that you taste. And I'm gonna try not to go there because I told a few people about certain stuff that they was eating, and now I think I have ruined a few things. I didn't try to run a few things. I'm just, I have to be responsible with what I say and what I report, and just being responsible a lot of times, will, that's gonna help us out. If you're responsible, it's gonna help out, and we need some help in this boxing, right? So that's gonna help out if you're responsible. If you're irresponsible, you're not. You're just part of the problem. You know what I mean? You're part of the problem, and I'm not trying to be part of the problem. I'm trying to be part of the solution when it comes to this boxing and sports and everything else in general. Because we're gonna have some voices. You got some voices from certain fighters. Like let's get into a little bit like Gervonta Davis said on my Instagram. Not on my Instagram, but on Instagram. He's just throwing out there now. Oh, now we taking stimulants. See, but a lot of people don't understand. If you're taking stimulants, a lot of times stimulants and other drugs, what happens is they counteract or they react with illegal substances. But then again, stimulants is illegal substances too. But when you have a certain formulation within your system, your body system, your digestive system, which goes into other systems, When I say other systems, it's not just your circulatory system and stuff. There's other systems within your body, and most of the time, there's some organs that's involved, that's responsible for that system. You know what I mean? And one of the main organs that's involved, well, let's put it this way. One of the main systems is your urinary tract system, and that's going to include your bladder, your kidneys, and stuff like that. And then you got other systems, which entail, like you got, for instance, you have your system as far as your muscles and stuff. That there are certain things, certain enzymes and stuff that build in muscles and get low in muscles and stuff like that. And when this happens, you can make determinations as a tester of what can cause those type of things. And they have lists, believe me, because they test this stuff a lot. And when you test, it's like, for instance, you can test to see, not specifically, but you can specifically test for damn near anything. But they have like certain tests that they do to see like the functions, like the functions of your muscles, the functions of your kidneys and stuff like that. And also the growth. They could check out the growth if they wanted to. So don't get it twisted to think that only test that they can do is just something, just pulling pee or pulling blood. No, there's other tests. If they really wanted to cut down on this, there's other tests they can do. There's other tests. As a matter of fact, there's other blood tests and there's other tests you can take, swabs and all kinds of other stuff that they can take. And I'm not suggesting that they have to do biopsies and stuff. I'm not suggesting that. But I'm not necessarily against it. If it's in an inconspicuous place, I'm not necessarily against it, because that's what you sign up for. And if you sign up for something where people might cheat, then it's on you. And it's not just on you like that. It's on you to be responsible to do whatever you have to do. Yeah. You gotta do whatever you do. And whatever sport it is, you're gonna have to do whatever you do in order to be a competitor in that sport. Right? I just want this is my question to just anybody out there. Can we just get a legal fight? Can we get any fights going on? Shit, I'm about to say it. Somebody you're gonna get mad in a minute. I'm gonna say it. Huh? Don't make me start saying stupid shit like Jake Paul is the new face of boxing. Canelo, he's on the edge for me. I'm not endorsing him as the face of boxing. I'm just saying it because that's what we got. But now, just because of the statement that Tank makes, now Tank is the face of boxing. Now we can fight about that. So you can argue and fight about that if you want to. Only thing he was ever accused of is the only thing we still don't really trust him is, but he's been making weight. I still don't trust him though, because he just has that look. You can tell his look. He looks like a type of guy that can blow up on you. Even if we haven't caught him, we still got to be cautious. You know what I mean? We stereotyping, but sometimes you got to put that stereotype on. Like, yeah, he looked like. I mean, that's how you stay safe anywhere, right? You stay safe in the streets. By stereotyping, right? A stereotype can save your ass sometime. If you stereotype somebody, that could save your butt, man. Think about it. There's a guy walking towards you on a dark lit street, and from a distance you see he got like a huge stick in his hand, right? Walking straight towards you. Are you safer by stereotyping him and saying, okay, it could be a potential, some danger there. I'm going to go across to the other side and walk on the other side. Well, it had nothing to do with being scared. It's just that there might be a potential. Now, because you stereotyped him, right? But let's say if he's walking across, he sees you walking across, and then he starts walking across. And then so you start walking back, and he starts walking back. And you start walking across again, and then he starts walking across. You go back, he goes back, and then you go across again. Now, if that happens, is that stereotyping then? But both of them save your ass though, right? By you going across the street or whatever, even if you got to play back and forth with him, like, okay, I got to go back and forth with this guy. I don't know what he up to. But if somebody's following you across the street, they're not up to they're not up to good. They're not looking out for you. Because if they was looking out for you, they'd say something, even if it's dark. I'm no harm to you nowhere. I was just going across the street because I see that you was uncomfortable. Okay, well, you going across the street. Let them go. But you stop. When they start going, you stop. But you always be prepared, though. Like, something's going to go down. Like, okay, this might be one of my last days, my last day here, whatever. But we got to start looking at stuff for what it is and stop. You say, oh, you give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying accuse everybody and make everybody guilty, but here's my point. Is in athletics, like if you're not competing and you're in a sport where weight is important, like you have to be down a certain amount of weight. Okay, so what happened to old-fashioned training? All the old school fighters just trained and got in shape and just walked around at they just walked around at the weight they was gonna fight at anyway. So they might come in 2 pounds under, or right on the nose or something, because they're walking around like that anyway. They're not. I'm in shape. I train my body. How much do I weigh? Okay, that's what I'm gonna fight at. These fighters don't do that now. The fighters might start off in the amateur as light heavyweight and stuff, and then all the way down when they get in the pros, they fighting at welterweight. See, that's not what they did. Matter of fact, if you look at Sugar Ray Leonard and a lot of other fighters like Floyd Mayweather and all them, they all end up moving up. But now the fighters they go in heavy and end up fighting smaller. So that's one of the differences. I mean, if we had a discussion, like if I had somebody I can talk to in a forum and stuff, and we just do point by point, I'm not saying that I'm going to win or lose, but what's going to happen is they are going to understand exactly what I'm saying. I see my brother Sir Flame up in here. He up in here for a minute, but salute to Sir Flame and salute to all y'all that's giving me my thumbs up. Give me a couple of more thumbs up, man. Y'all get up in here, give my thumbs up. I know my brother talked to me, though. But Sir Flame up in here, y'all. Sir Flame said, he said, salute to Eagles Web. He said, salute to the chat. He said, as always, he said, jab that like button. They jabbing, brother. We warming up. Yeah, they jabbing the like button. He said, oh, yeah. He said, oh, y'all neck. He said, don't get neck in Eagles Web boxing. He got the 100 up good with the fire in front of it. He got those things up there with them gloves, man. And that's what it's about. Those are the rules up here in Eagles Web boxing that my brother came in and put up there. Yeah. He said, wait, bullies. Yeah. Y'all coming in, y'all fat or overweight and shit in the amateurs, and then you want to drop all the way down. Sean Porter fought heavier. All you guys fight all extra heavy. Then you bring your ass in and you want to drop down. I'm going to deplete myself. And then everybody look at you as being so great. I'm not looking at none of you being that great. I mess with my brother Sir Flame a lot about Manny. But Manny's still great. Because Manny is a boxer that he's accomplished a lot. We just got to look at him. He has accomplished a lot. He might not be the greatest boxer, but right now he's great, though. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to compare him with like past fighters and stuff like that, because of course he's going to get knocked down a notch. But right now, in our time period right now, we look at everything as time period, because this time period, man, he's great. He was a fighter that moved up. He might have got accused with some stuff too. I'm not saying. There's fighters that done stuff, and we have to just be lenient on the great ones. If they come back, at least they trying. You know what I mean? So when he was getting accused of certain stuff, he was performing a lot better. And then now he just doesn't perform as much, but he's always given us a good action fight, right? Now, I'm going to read into this, and we're going to read into it, and just so I can, this what made me want to have this discussion today on the rap. We're going to wrap a lot of people's ass up today, but what brought me to this was just somebody trying to protect Canelo for being such a hard worker. First of all, if you know anything about boxing, uh, if you know anything about boxing itself, if you're training for boxing, first of all, if you don't believe me, bring your ass out here and we'll train, and I'll show you. And I don't give a damn what you do. You can eat the same way that you eat. Matter of fact, you can eat better than you eat if you're training. Whatever. If you want, you probably should eat better. You know, so that way you got enough food. The food that's going to bring you the nutrients, all the stuff that you need. Probably should eat better. But even if you're not eating good, this is what I don't get about these fighters. So when a fighter is not, if you're training and you're not on weight, you ain't training. And you have to show me a fighter that can't get in shape when he's training to get in shape. That's not the truth. You're lying. It don't take that long, man. I lost one time, not even like superly, exceedingly trying to, I lost 33 pounds in 1 month. And that was all, and they said you can't lose that kind of weight doing cardio. And that was all off of cardio. That was all off of cardio. 1 month. That's like over a pound a day. It wasn't no 33 pounds of water either. And I wasn't even like out of shape or nothing like that. And yes, I wouldn't have. You can't be out of shape and lose that much weight in a month. Think about it. 33 pounds. And yes, it is water weight or something like that. And you're just totally like huge. I mean, if you're 600 pounds, yeah, you can lose that probably easy just walking around. You don't have to work that hard. But you actually are working hard because guess what? That heart got to pump all that blood through the body in order for you to get that big ass around. You see what I mean? But we giving all these fighters, all these, and I see the surf ain't put down the weight bullies. We giving all these weight bullies all kinds of excuses, opportunities. Just too much. We doing too much for them. All kinds of protections and shit like that. Oh yeah, we're such and such VADA and this and that, and all these organizations supposed to test these cats like they not taking some kind of soft money or something like that to not report stuff. You know, good and damn well that they taking money or they getting money. Stop being retarded. This is grown folks boxing chat, and I don't like to deal with a lot of people that's crazy. I don't like to deal with you. If you crazy, this ain't really the channel for you if you crazy and shit. If you got some sense, then this is the channel for you right here. This is the topic. This is the show that you should be at if you got some sense. If you full of nonsense, then you don't belong in here. And a lot of times, yeah, it seems like I'm rambling or I got to go. Yeah, because it's just too much to cover sometimes when it comes to covering this shit. Because you got too many people just lie. And you got too many protectors. But back to my story, what I was saying. Gervonta Davis just said, oh, so now we on stimulants like that. Some just paraphrasing. Now we taking stimulants and stuff, right? And somebody lost their damn mind when he said that. Oh, you getting all mad because Canelo's working so hard that, you know, the Canelo and Ryan and them, they work so hard, you know, you getting mad about that. Ain't nobody getting mad about nobody working hard. And you putting in hard work. Hard work is what I used to watch Floyd Mayweather do, and he walks around in his boxing weight. And hard work for me watching him is just deciding I'm gonna get up at 3 o'clock. Let's go work out. I'm getting up at 2. Let's go work out. Let's get ready. That's hard work. And if you put in all that, like I said, I did cardio and all that, and lost all that weight. But if you're putting in the work in the boxing gym, you're not gaining no damn weight. You're not putting on 15 pounds of muscles in a boxing gym. Do it look like, if you see them sparring and stuff, start using your real intelligence. You seeing a boxer, he's hitting a speed bag, he's jumping rope, he's hitting the uppercut bag, he's hitting like the hook bag or whatever, he's hitting the trainer with that's all padded up, he's hitting the mitts, he's sparring. In any measure of what you think boxing or athletics is, And by the way, boxing is a sport and a game now. It's not all this shit is games. That's what you and you guys getting games ran on you. But looking at all that, does it look like anything that they're doing that will actually make you gain weight? When you watch boxers work out, do it look like they doing some shit that's gonna make them gain weight, or, huh? Or does it this shit look like it's tiring? Like, oh shit, I'm gonna get tired as hell doing this. Yeah. But Sir Flame talking about her. He said, look at her. He said that boy looked the same as AJ. Yeah, Hurd is big. Hurd is a different case. He's just big. But Hurd also don't train hard. They going easy on him, man. Believe me, they spoil and pamper his ass, man. Believe me, when a fighter looks like that, he's getting spoiled and pampered. He's yelling at the people around him like, shut the fuck up, I'm training hard. He's doing like that, oh, you right, champ. And see, that's what, I couldn't be around a fighter like that. Why you gonna be around a fighter like that when he's telling when he's lying and shit, and you're like, and you're trying to tell him the truth? You do, shut the fuck up. Like, no, dude, you shut up. You get your ass in there and train, because you are not gaining no weight, man. And I told you, I used to, like I said, I go from a martial arts gym to a boxing gym, or vice versa, basically, from a boxing gym to a martial arts gym. Do you think, no matter how much I was eating at home, you think I was gaining a lot of weight? Even with all the push-ups and pull-ups and all that shit and running, do you think I was, and I wasn't even doing road work, dude, but do you think I was gaining weight? Does that sound like something you'll do and just gain weight? I'm leaving to go home from the dojo, right? So I'm going home from there, which is in walking distance, and everything, my gi and everything is soaking wet. Mind you, I had already just finished taking a shower and still sweating, not profusely, but still my body's still active, my heart's still going, it's relaxed, but everything's still like pumping. Like, that's how crazy I am. So I'm still sweating even when I get there. So how much weight do you think I was actually gaining? Or how much weight do you think I can actually gain no matter what? Doing that every damn day. Or 5 days a week. How much weight you think you gonna gain? You ain't putting on no weight. Because you training hard. That's training hard. You know what I mean? You training hard. Now. So I wanted to throw that out there because people act like these fighters, they not making weight. If you're not making weight, your ass ain't training. Simple as that. Let me train you. Just let me train you. I train you, not even with the mitts or nothing like that. You do all this shit on your own. Get somebody else to train mitts with you. I don't even feel like getting my wrist hurt messing with you on training with the striking pads. F that. You do all that. But let me get your cardio in for you. And your other calisthenics and all that. You ain't gonna be gaining no weight. You ain't gonna gain the weight, because if I don't see sweat going down the crack of your ass, I know you ain't working hard. Once I see sweat going down the crack of your ass, you working. See? But y'all full of shit. And don't think I'm not letting you off. I'm still, even because sound like I'm talking around the subject. No, I'm not letting them off the hook. So you're on stimulants. So why would you take stimulants? First of all, taking all this shit is just like somebody mixing you a drink. I make Sir Flame a drink. This is my favorite drink. Okay, I put this alcohol in this, that, boom, 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 boom. And he drinks it. And he don't feel nothing. I don't feel shit. But then later on, he just like, whoa, shit, what was in that? It hit him. Right? That's because I put certain stuff in there in certain quantities. Now somebody else makes him the same drink, and he just feels it like right away. Like, he feels like not necessarily tipsy or nothing like, but he just feels like, it's kind of strong. It's because of the amount of ingredients they put in there. Now, we flip that over. We talking about something to make you feel good. That's a depressant. You know, that's a depressant. It's not a stimulant. So if you're talking about the alcohol, so now we switch that up and go to a stimulant, and we mix certain stuff up with the stimulant. Guess what? What happens? Now the stimulant can make that stuff pass through your body faster, and what happens is not just passing through your body faster, is just the results happen faster also. It's going through your body, but then like anything that was residual is, it passes through, but it doesn't pass through as quickly if I add something else like a diuretic. A diuretic, what it does is diuretics increase the volume of your pee flow. Your urine volume is bigger. So guess what? If I'm doing a test on something, if you get a bigger volume, let's say for instance, I put some food coloring, let's like blue food coloring in a gallon of water, like 2 drops I put in there, right? How much are you going to detect if you had something to detect the blue food coloring? If I just put 2 drops in there, you couldn't see it, right? So what you got to use to detect that? Or how much is parts per million or parts per thousand? How much is it going to show about the blue food coloring in there? Right? Hardly any, right? Now let's say you put 2 drops in a tablespoon of water. You're gonna see that shit immediately. You don't even have to look. Oh shit, that's that blue food coloring in there. You test it, it's like, okay, so now you're at not even parts per million. And just because I know, I think it's 30, to be honest, if you take a dropper, if I'm not mistaken, it's 32 drops to make a tablespoon. I could be mistaken, it might be 50. Yeah, just a dropper. If you just took the time to do that, a dropper of water, it takes like 32. So 2 out of those 32 are blue drops. Just by you you don't even have to do the math on that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to do like really a test, like a chemical test. You can just say, okay, so 2 out of 32, 1 out of 16. So 1 out of 16 parts. That's what it is. It's not even out of a million. It's 1 out of 16 parts was the blue dye, right? What's that point there? That point there is that when it comes to these tests, and when it comes to you doing something illegal, if your volume is huge like that, because those 2 drops, if we was to add that up, those 2 drops, it's still going to be thousands. It's going to be parts per tens of thousands or something like that when it comes to the gallon. Now, if your body's, your volume of pee goes way up like that, then it's going to detect lower amounts. In other words, it can make somebody seem like they're legal when they're not really legal. It's just a way around the system. If you can cheat, there's a way that you can get around the system. Right? But let me see if my brother got in here until I finish up too, though. Sir Flame said the weight bullies. That's right. In between fights, they looking. He said they looking like heavyweights, but fight as welterweights. He said, shaking my head. Yeah, but they want to be. But they want their greatness. You see what I mean? They want their greatness to be equivalated to one of the old school fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson. And there ain't gonna be nobody to ever match up with Sugar Ray Robinson ever. Especially the way these bitch ass people, bitch assness, there's too much bitch assness going on. You know what I mean? There's just too much bitch assness going on. That's one of the words I got there. That's a James Tony word. The D-Lo brought that to my attention. Yeah, the bitch assness. Yeah. Yeah, you suffering. They suffering from too much bitch assness and too much, oh, can I get away with this? Can I get away with that? And that's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to see what you can get away with. And all of us have done it. And when I say all of us, I mean all of us have done something. I'm not saying that you stay on anything, but pre-workout or something, protein powder, you tried something. Because your ass just you got too tired, you got too lazy and didn't want to work out right or didn't want to eat right. You do something. You don't need to get no damn nutritionist. Y'all just spending all your damn money. Oh, you give me a nutritionist. Your mama been your nutritionist all your life. Let your mom cook you some food. Just give your mom all your favorite. She know what you want. Shit, just give her more money. Mom, I need to eat for the sports coming up. Hook me up, or your wife or something. If your wife can't cook, you gotta get your mom. If you can't get your mom, get your grandma. Something. They not gonna want to charge you because they love you, but you pay them anyway. You go get the food. I'm gonna go get the food, and I'm gonna give you something on it. Yeah, I want this. Make this. You know what I mean? And just eat your food. Eat your damn food, man. If your mom can't cook and grandma and nobody can't cook, then you need a nutritionist. But shit, you know what kind of stuff to eat. Every meal that your mom and grandma make wasn't this high fat. You know what I mean? Some of it, like if say for instance their favorite is the greens or something like that, and they don't use all the pork and all that shit, right? So what's gonna happen is they not using all that shit. So yeah, mom, I know you put the smoked turkey in there. I need you to make me some greens. I'm gonna go over to grandma. She gonna make the cornbread, whatever. I'm gonna go over to auntie's house. She gonna do this. Boom. Just go collect your food. You got your food. All you gotta do is microwave now. You got your whole pan of cornbread. You got your whole pot of greens, and whatever else you got. You got your beans and stuff like that. You ready? And then sit your ass down and eat properly. And I'm not trying to cap or nothing like that, but some people just can't cook. So some of you girls out there, you can't cook. You gotta start listening to mama on them. You gotta listen to old mother. That's native. Old mother, mama. I know all the terms. Don't play with me. I know all of them. All that stuff's in my family. I don't matter. I got old mothers. I got mamas. All that. Grew up with all that. I grew with all that. I show you pictures? I ain't gonna show you no pictures. I should, huh? One day I put pictures up. You just don't know what part of my family. I have put pictures up before. I'm always putting girls up though. And usually, if you see me put a girl, like if you see that as my what do you call that damn thing? Thumbnail. If you see a girl as my thumbnail, probably 9 times out of 10 that she's a liar or something like that. And that's just my way of getting back at them. I just put them up. And not necessarily a liar, but, you know. Man, it's just I'm petty about that. So sometimes I put up girls. I did that on my very first show. I think I put up, I think Sir Flame was in here. We was talking about it. I was talking about this girl. I said, yeah, that's just a liar, a deceiver. When I did the deceptions. Deceivers in boxing, yeah, I put her up. She probably still on that page. She a deceiver. It ain't like she gonna call up. Look, you calling me a deceiver, bitch? You is a deceiver. What you lying at? Yep. See, look at her. He said, boy, okay, the Surf Flame said losing. Yeah, you damn sure you gonna be losing weight, brother. Yeah, Surf Flame said if they were in shape, they would be fine. Fine tuning those skills, not bag work with a bag on. Yeah. You got to fine tune your skills. That's it. When you working out, you've been boxing. See, and I'm tired of this. So this whole excuse and the commentators and other people get this shit all twisted. Even fighters, they talk this shit. All the dumbass fighters say the same thing. A championship caliber fighter, he's always he gonna come in looking good. He always come in looking good. Why? Because that's the caliber he's on. She's not checking weight and all that shit. He's just coming in. When have you ever seen Marvin Hagler come in like out of shape and overweight and shit like that? Muhammad Ali overweight. Well, Muhammad Ali couldn't be overweight. He was heavyweight. But who you seen all overweight like that coming in can't make weight? Who? Tommy Hearns not making weight. Sugar Ray Leonard not making weight. Sugar Ray Robinson not making weight. Who's not making weight? Who's coming in this championship fighter like that? Who's coming in not? Y'all getting on my damn nerves with this stupid shit. Because you know what? And see, this is an important show. You know, it's not a lot of responses. You know, I know you guys are here, but it's not a lot of responses and stuff like that. But think about how important that is. To actually finally discuss it and talk about that these are athletes that got to be in shape. There's no, how many basketball players, professional basketball players, you see this all out of shape and and all fat and sloppy and shit? It's just not. Why? Why are they probably some of the best sports people in the sports world? Sports and games. I don't know what to call sports anymore. I don't know what to call boxing and all that. It's boxing, but it's a prize it's a prize sport. I don't know what to call some of these things because they have separated, and I'm down with that separation. The athletes are in track and field. Those are athletes. The rest of you guys are game players. You guys play games. You guys play sports, and that's why it's easier to get into your sports now than it's ever been. They make it hard, but at the same time, it's easy for people to get into your sports or to just commandeer your sport, just take over your sport. The Paul brothers would definitely not be able to take over something like if would definitely not be able to take over any events in track and field because that's athletics. They not one of them ain't gonna just be a world class sprinter overnight. I don't care if you train his ass for 5 years, he's not gonna be a world class sprinter. World class long jumper, high jumper, pole vaulter, steeplechase runner, miler, 5K runner, 10K runner, marathoner, triple jumper, discus thrower, shot put hurler, javelin thrower, hammer thrower. Do I have to name any more in athletics? Those are athletics. Those are athletes. Been doing that shit ever since they was little. And they were able to compete throughout the ages in school, which is different than even in boxing. You don't box, and most schools don't have boxing teams and shit like that. That's something that you got to voluntarily do. Go get your AAU card or whatever you got to go get, and then, then get to work. Find yourself a team, a trainer, whatever like that. But athletics is different. And we're being played, a game is being played on us with these games. With these boxing games and all this other stuff, because these are just games. We just did not look at them as games. We're still looking at it as being athletics. Now, some of the guys, the most athletic guys to me are actually the boxers and stuff. Not the boxers, but the basketball players and football players. For me, they're the most athletic, especially basketball players are real athletic. You got to be athletic to do what they do. They got to be able to run fast. Shit, you ain't got to necessarily be able to have to run fast in boxing. I'm not comparing them in the way that you think I'm comparing them. But you got to be able to jump. You got to be coordinated. Yeah, you're not going to be picked as a pro if you're uncoordinated, can't jump, and can't run. Now, nobody's picking your ass up. You got to bring something to the table. You got to bring something to the table. You ain't going in there with zero. And boxers, they start off with zero. But basketball and sports like that, you got to train. You can't, it's hard to pick up something like that. You ain't picking up basketball like in your 20s. You're not going all of a sudden. I've seen people go out there and try to play basketball and they've never picked up a ball. They look so ridiculous. They traveling all over the place, running with the ball. They rough as hell. They just elbowing. They dribble the ball. They stop. They dribble it and then stop and look at you and then dribble it again. It's really a mess. It's comical to watch somebody take up a certain sport, like when you get later on and stuff in life, whatever. It's like you're going to take up like long jumping, like, oh, I'm going to take up long jumping, you in your 30s. You got to be like totally gifted to do something like that. Nobody does that. You just ain't going to do it. You're not running the high hurdles, the 110 meter high hurdles and shit, and you just got out on the track. You ain't doing it. But that's the athletic thing. But we're going to let's get into the poison. Because that's what the topic is mostly. We got to get into the poison. Because a lot of people got it twisted. But let me see what Sir Flame got something else. Sir Flame said got boxers taking water pills and enemas trying to lose weight. He said, I seen Sean Porter cut his hair to make weight. That's a damn shame. Sean Porter, and Sean Porter, this is one thing, now I can switch it up. Not switching it, but there's exceptions to the rules. There are exceptions. So Sean Porter is like an exception. And the reason I'm calling him an exception is not to exempt, make him exempt. Just to say this, he can still make weight and he trains hard, but it's harder for him to make weight. And we can go back up to what Sir Flame said earlier. He says because weight bullies. Sean Porter is not a heavy puncher, so he's better off at 147, 140. It's harder for him to make weight, which is a lot different than somebody just training to make weight. There's that's a natural weight that they can hold. If it's a natural weight that you can hold, then you're not worried about making no weight. Sean Porter always got to worry about making weight. That's why he got to stay in the gym. Because he naturally has a physique where, he can hold more weight. And you can look at him like, when he comes into a fight, he's not nowhere near 147. It's nowhere near 147. But the brother right, man, they're taking all these water pills and all this shit. But that's all a mask. It's all a formula. It's all a formula, man. If you get the right chemist, if you get the right chemist, then you can get somebody to put you on steroids and everything else. And it's non-detectable or barely detectable. Well, we kind of saw a trace of this, but that can happen with certain meats or whatever. You get them on food. Oh, yeah. And you're sitting there shaking. Of course, you think they're going to look guilty if they're in there. And if somebody's telling you that you on some steroids or something, but is kind of borderline, you might have been eating. Did you eat some beef lately or whatever? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. I had a steak dinner. Matter of fact, I had a couple of steaks. Would that have done it? Like a couple of steaks? I've been eating meat all week. Of course, they set you up to tell a lie. Oh, yeah, I've been eating meat and stuff all week long. Right. You know what I mean? Man, you're full of shit. Anytime, if I give you an excuse, it's like a lead. It's, what they call that in the court system. When a question like that, they call that leading. It's leading, which is against the court rules that you lead, because that's gonna get striked anyway. If you start leading somebody, they gonna strike it. They gonna be like, objection, Your Honor. That's a leading. That's leading. And then the judge is gonna say sustain every time. He's gonna say, oh, that's sustain. But I can lead you into something and make you, give me the response that I need you to give me. I'd be like, oh, that's right. That's the boy. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to say. But let's look at it. Let's just look at it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because, I don't like to do this shit. Yeah. And let's look way back. And this is, let me see. If I'm going to see, let me just give me just a second here. So I'm going to see if I want to read any of it. Out of this abstract or something like that. But they do have a lot of references, though, so you can take this. And there's a lot to it. So the whole thing is, a lot of these testings, they don't want to go through all this shit because it's just a lot. There's a lot to it. It's just too much. Because, let's see, substances. If you go down to substances, and this is out of the National Library of Medicine, just so you know where I got it from. And I'm not necessarily reading anything in particular, but just substances. You got the adrenergic beta. What that is, BETA. People call it beta, or it can be beta. But they say antagonist, right? Anabolic agents. When they start talking about anabolic agents, that's steroids. And then you talk about the diuretics. And then you talk about narcotics. How do all those four things, how do those go together? Huh? Like I said, you make a certain cocktail. and you can get somebody off the hook. But let me just read something out of this, because out of this abstract, and we know this is um, BS right here. And I'm gonna tear into this subject a little bit, because you know how I do. For instance, I got cocaine. So cocaine and other, uh, it says sympatho mimetic, drugs have little or no effect on athletic performance. So in other words, if you coked up, you're not gonna be Superman. So what they do is they'll give you certain symptoms and stuff, but that's it. But then it says, but see, even in this thing, I don't like this. I don't like it as much. The National Library of Medicine, I don't like what they're saying, because even they're trying to be nice. And there's anabolic steroids appear to have the potential to increase lean muscle mass and strength under certain conditions. And then it goes on, human growth hormones may also be used for an anabolic effect. Okay, so like steroids. So when people said that the HGH, when they said that wasn't a steroid, it's more, it has the same effect. But data on this effect are lacking. See? And then see, we have another one too. See, we got the erythropoietin. It says may represent a pharmacological alternative to blood doping by increasing red blood cell mass. And when you increase red blood cell mass, now you're increasing the amount of oxygen that the blood can carry. See? They're telling you here, and they're, at the same time, like I said, I don't like this one. I'm going to get out of this one, because they're trying to be clean instead of just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Now this one is another thing. Like I said, I'm just covering this a little bit. This BPS Publishing. Let me see what they have here. And just like I was mentioning earlier. See, now this one says that we talk about the diuretics. So diuretics, and the reason I start bringing this up anyway is because Tank Davis said something. He said, "Oh, now you're using stimulants," and then somebody came in. Oh, they got all burnt hurt. Oh, you shitting on Canelo's and Ryan. You shitting on all their conditioning and this and that. Blah blah blah. They was crying, and I told them, I said, "You sound like somebody's mom or something." I said, "Stop crying in here, and start understanding what it really is." You say, "Oh, it was a diuretic." Okay, so right here it even says is diuretics are drugs that increase the rate of urine flow and sodium excretion to adjust the volume and composition of body fluids. Now, if you're taking drugs and stuff that's going to come out in your urine, is that a body fluid? Okay, and there's several major categories of this drug, right? And what it says here, it says properties. It says effects on the urinary composition in renal, which is the kidneys. It says in the site and mechanism of action, says diuretics are often abused by athletes to excrete water for rapid weight loss and to mask the presence of other banned substances. It said because of their use, diuretics is banned both in competition and out of competition, and diuretics are routinely screened for by the anti-doping laboratories. Okay. So if they're banning them, then what is that saying? They're all banned. If they're banning them, why are they banning them? Because they know that your ass is up to no good. But fans don't know that you up to no good. Because you can tell them, oh, it was a diuretic. Oh, I had water. I was trying to get water out of my system. Blah, 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 blah. How long does it take for your dumb ass to get water out of your system if you train them? Guess what? You can get water out of your system in 10 minutes if you know what it is. It's like turning up the volume on a speaker. That shit is going to be loud as hell and rupture something the higher you turn it up, right? If it's turned down low, it ain't really going to do nothing. Same thing with your exercise. You're going to get rid of all that sweating when you turn the exercise up. Who you think's going to sprint more or get more water out of their system? Somebody who's running 400 meters, you know, or somebody who's running 2 miles. Who's going to get more water out their system in the first minute or two? Who's going to get more water out your system? So what does that sound telling you? It's going to be the 400 meter guy. So 400 meters, so you got to train like you doing 400 meters if you want to get that water out your system. You don't need no diuretics. Get your ass out there and run. You're going to sweat. If you out there running, there's no, I had to take something. You was being lazy. It was all your body change. You was being lazy. It had nothing to do with your body change and none of that shit. You were being lazy because you didn't make the adjustments with your diet and you didn't make the adjustments with your workout. You got to get your ass out there and train hard. I can't train this hard because I'm older. Well, you quit. You got to train just as hard when you're older. If you're one of those persons that are gifted, because there's only a handful of people that's gifted to be able to do athletics all their life. It's not very many that when they still 70s, 80s, and 90s, they can still do stuff athletically. There's just not a whole lot of them. And mostly because, to be honest, usually, and when you get in your 40s, you have a big decline, and you start, you're not gonna be able to do, certain shit. So it's rare to have 60-year-old athletes, 70-year-old athletes, 80-year-old athletes. You see them, but how good are they? I knew a guy. He's training boxing. Right now, he in his 70s. But that's very rare, though. You don't catch. That's not that many. It's not enough. Most people talk about that. Oh no, I'm too old for that shit. They'll tell you that they're too old for it. Yeah. Sean Porter cutting off his locks and stuff to make weight. Too big. You're supposed to be at least 154, but he don't want that smoke at 154. And to be honest, I'm gonna tell you something about Sean Porter. A lot of y'all don't know that Sean Porter would actually do good at 154. Believe it or not, the way that the 154 is right now, Sean Porter would actually benefit. See, nobody's talking about it. It would benefit Sean Porter to fight at 154. He can go up there and get some money. He can go up there and get 2 or 3 quick fights. The only thing that they would worry about with Sean Porter is that headbutting and shit. Like, Sean Porter, don't you bring that headbutting shit up here. But to try to clean up, we'll still talk about it, but to try to clean up what fighters have done, and just to say, oh yeah, he was on diuretics and shit like that, man, come on now. That ain't no red flag. Huh? That ain't no red flag. Yep. I'm going to read a little bit of this too, though. This is the chemistry of masking agents. And this is the hardball times. Yep. Whew. Yeah, some of these bands be hard too, though. Imagine a baseball player like Robinson Cano. This article is about too, though. It's like, damn, because some of this stuff is conflicting, it goes back and forth. But is it really conflicting, or just leave that shit alone? If it's conflicting, just leave it alone. That's what I say. If it's conflicting, just leave it alone. Don't touch no diuretics, no stimulants. Just leave any of that shit alone if it's conflicting. Is it you talking about this guy? He served an 80-game ban suspension, and this is for what? Furosemide. That's what that was for. Furosemide. See? That's crazy. It's crazy that you take it upon yourself to get your ass in trouble. For some shit that you should never been on. Yeah. And just so y'all know what it is, and it's another thing that we was talking about, furosemide is a type of medicine called a diuretic. It's used to treat high blood pressure, heart failure, or edema, a buildup of fluid in the body. It is also sometimes used to help you pee when your kidneys aren't working properly. Diuretics are sometimes called water pills, tablets, because they make you pee more. Now, we was just talking about, look how this stuff just comes to us, so we can't just make shit up. Furosemide is a diuretic. Guess what? It got somebody banned 80 games, suspended. Right? And it's a diuretic. So that fan, which I don't know your name, I got to go back to my IG to find out what your name is again. But with you trying to take up for people, you just being a little fanboy. Because you ain't supposed to take this shit. This shit is, what does it say for this one? This is for high blood pressure. This is for heart failure and edema. Your ass is a high-class athlete. Do you have high blood pressure? You might when you're working out, but when you stop working out, you're not. Are you having heart failure or something? Nope. You just being a fag. You just being a fag boy. That's all it is. Yep. See? Let me see. Who should take it? Let's see who should take it. Who should be taking this? Who should not take it? Okay, blood. You should take it if you have blood circulation failure due to serious heart condition, high amount of uric acid in your blood, abnormally high levels of nitrogen containing compounds in your blood, decreased blood volume. Okay. So that gets you in trouble as an athlete too, because a lot of you got high nitrogen. Because you need that when you're working out. It's just letting you know. Okay. You got a lot of drugs that interact. We got I'm going to read all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It says 8 drugs. Well, there's 8 and it says even more. So you got even more drugs that you can take with that one diuretic. All these little white pills everywhere that they put you on. Try to stay off them white pills, yellow pills, blue pills, pink, whatever. Just try your best in your lifetime to stay off of any of those, any kind of pills, any of y'all. Anybody in here, y'all try to stay off of, stay off of any kind of pills, man. I'm just saying. I see D-Ray down there, he say salute. But that's all, like I said, that's all straight up on the bullshit level, man. But if they catching y'all, they catching you. But they catching your ass for being stupid. That's what they catching you for. But I don't want to hear no more excuses. I'm tired. I don't want to hear no more excuses in this little crybabies and stuff. Oh yeah, he was on diuretics. He wasn't on no stimulants. Because maybe the stimulants got flushed out. I tell you, all that stuff, if it comes out in your pee system, you think these athletes are stupid enough? Most of them, they're not stupid enough to get something that's going to be caught easily from taking something out of their blood. No, hell no. No. That's the key to doping and not getting caught is to get it in and out of your system as fast as possible and not have no hiding spaces for it. Like, don't have a hiding place. Like, if it has a place to hide in the liver or something like that, you don't want to take that because that's easily, they're going to find that in blood test. If it can hide in the kidneys, you don't want that. If it can hide in any of your organs, you don't want that shit. And when I say hide, it's going to be found. It's not really hidden, but that's where it goes. Like, I'm going to just chill out here in your liver. You're going to get caught. But that's why they're using the damn diuretics, man, because they want to pee all that stuff out. They're trying to trick people. Yep. Yeah. So all this stuff, like diuretics and stuff, is supposed to be used for treating. So so when somebody says that diuretic, oh, he got caught with diuretics, the fucker does not have heart disease. So we can stop that shit. You know what I mean? We can just stop that. Yep. Now let's just go. Now this prohibited substances is broken into 5 groups, and this is considered the hardbar times right here. And so I said salute to D-Ray out there. Salute to D-Ray. I can't see the screen right now. I'm looking at something else. But anyway, in fact, the list of prohibited substances is broken into 5 groups. It says drugs of abuse, performance enhancing substances, stimulants, DHEA, which that's like the growth, and diuretics, and masking agents. So diuretics is not even the only masking agent. There's other masking agents. But you guys see these people that got caught on with anything. I don't care if it was Shane Mosley. I don't care who got caught. You were doing it. Now, I'm kind of a nice guy. So this is what I'm gonna say. So you got caught using diuretics or stimulants. Okay, now I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna be an asshole. I'm gonna go ahead and be nice about it. And I'm gonna say that you might have got lazy, like in the last few weeks of your camp. You just got lazy, like, oh, I've been training so hard, I'm tired. And so you got on diuretics or something like that, stimulants and shit like that, to get rid of that water, right before coming up to your fight. You wanted your hydration to stay at a certain level up until the fight, because your own weight, as long as you took that your own weight, you're a little bit below weight, you can eat a little bit. Now, I'm giving you that as an excuse. I'm letting you do that, but that's like 3 weeks out, though. And that's kind of far. 2-3 weeks out, something like that. If you're a month, 2 months, and 3 months away, maybe not 3 months. 3 months, you can do it. I don't care what you do. And you probably shouldn't be training that far out. But you just starting training camp and you get found with all that, something's wrong. Something's wrong. So I'm sorry, something's wrong. Your ass is you a cheater. Oh, you don't know if he was cheating or not. You don't. He might have needed that. Yeah, because he has heart disease and all that type of shit. Right, whatever. Y'all can be dumb if you want to. Yep. Yeah, but Sir Flame said, he said no one. He said even in the NFL, the big boys look big, but they in shape. Yeah, and they run your ass down too. I see Sir Flame crying about something. I said, yeah, of course. That's when I was talking about that food, I believe. That's when he put that down there, yep. Yeah, but if your girl can't cook, I don't know. Sir, hey, D-Ray, can your girl cook? I don't know. Some girls just can't cook. But you need a girl that can cook, though, man. I miss my girl that can cook, but shit, I had a girl that couldn't cook. And like I said, your ass be stuck in restaurants all the time. Yeah. But that's all you need to do, man. All you need to do is eat, and you just got to train. You got to get the right person to train with. It's always better when 2 people is training, because then at least 2 or more people is training, then you really going to stick with it. Now, I'm not suggesting if you got a girl, train with her. Never train with a girl. And yes, she's she's an athlete. Like if she's a basketball player, yeah, train with her. Any girls that are, then yeah, I'm being discriminatory, I guess. Any girls that are basketball players or that are athletes, and we know athletes are the ones that's in track and field and all that, work out with them. Even a girl that's a volleyball player, work out with her. If a girl used to do stuff like she used to, then that kills it. Like if, I used to play basketball, then you gotta You can win or you could lose. I'm sorry. Or she just, oh, I want to get in shape now. If a girl just want to get in shape now, and I'm not picking on you girls because it could be a guy too. If they just want to get, I need to get in shape now. Oh my goodness. You know, can we work out together? Oh shit, here we go. What you doing? You're setting your dumb ass up for fights and everything else. That's what you're doing. You setting your own dumb ass up to fight. That's what you're gonna do, because you're gonna end up fighting with her and arguing the shit, because she gonna be on that how come I got to. She gonna be on that how come I got to all day. Can we just do 4 push-ups? I'm just starting. You know what I mean? That's what she gonna be on. And so when she's on that, that's your ass is on that. That's what she's putting you. She's putting you on the same thing that she's on. So keep yourself from getting that headache and stay away from that. You know what I mean? And just, you know, but if she's athletic, you go out there and work, man. Y'all gonna get in shape quick. It don't take long to get in shape, man. I'm not suggesting if you go from out of shape to getting straight in shape right away. Like, just don't go out there and don't go run 5 miles the first time you're trying to go get in shape. But if you want to jump start, then just check your heart rate, make sure your heart and everything's okay, and just go out, just run fast as you can, just see how that feels for a while. I'm not saying how far, maybe just 30 yards or something like that. Just run fast, check yourself, run another one. If you're good, then do another one. And then maybe later on, then do a little bit of exercise, and then maybe just run like a lap or have a lap around the track. Even if you stop, just make it all the way around. That's it. That's your day's complete. Next day, you do the same thing. Next day. So you do that for about like a week, and then all of a sudden, then you pick up. Because now your body's starting to get used to it. Then you pick up a little bit more the next week. Then the next week, you pick up a little bit more. Then the next week, you'll pick up. By the time a month is over with, then your body should be ready to really like get in shape. And so that next month, 2 months, you should be able to really get in shape. 3 months, you really should be able to get in shape. And by 4 months, you should be wherever you need to be at, you should be there. With the exception if you have to lose 40 pounds, over 40 pounds. But in 10 pounds a month is nothing. 4 months. You get that shit done in 4 months. And see, that's not even training like a boxer. Boxer got to do that shit sometime in weeks. 10 weeks. 8 weeks, whatever. I'm giving you 3 or 4 times the amount of time that it takes a boxer to get in shape. Because you're not a super athlete. So, there you go. That's all you have to do. Do I have to start doing videos on how you get your ass in shape? Is that what y'all want next? Let's kill this shit this one more time. Let's kill it, D-Ray. D-Ray don't want to talk to me for some reason. I don't like you either, D-Ray. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit, man. Hey, D-Ray, hey, look here, sir. Now we even got more trolls now. We got more phantom trolls, man. I actually got 3 thumbs down right now. 3. From nowhere, I got 3 thumbs down. Out of nowhere, somebody got mad. They got mad. This subject is killing them. Because they sitting there, they was inside Canelo's jock. And that was their home. They was making that was their nest, and they got mad because they thought I was just talking about him when I'm talking about the whole thing when it comes to diuretics. And since I had somebody that was going to stand up for Canelo, so, man, I'm going to stand up for Canelo, man, and him. Yeah, and they all say the same thing. They increase the urine flow. People don't understand that. Well, and what they prohibit it still. Man, and both competitive. Okay, somebody must have got this abstract out of the same article, because now I'm in. It's called ResearchGate. Oh shit, not the ResearchGate. Yeah. But what we need to know is just this stuff is actually just prohibited. Now we got another list. Diuretics. Desmopressin, plasma expanders, probinacin, and other substances with similar biological effects. So in other words, what they're saying that diuretics is one of the most banned substances there is. That's what they more or less telling you. Yep. It says also not just in urine, that also that these eliminate excess fluids from tissues. Now let me give a nice little analogy about that, which is cool. It's good that I get it to give an analogy. That if it's getting rid of things that's in the muscles, that's like taking a sponge. You got a sponge full of water, right? And then you take that same sponge and you squeeze it out. So what's the chances of you finding all the substances that was in that sponge after you squeeze it out? Now, if y'all still don't get it, you just extra slow. That you just real slow, and I can't mess with you no more. If you can't even answer that question, then you just extra slow. So just to let you know that diuretics is extremely illegal in sports. Extremely. And they got all kind of articles. I would say that maybe go to this one. Looks like some of the stuff is, they have some newer stuff. Let me see, 2000. They got 2018, 2019. So if you just want to look at it, I'll put it up. I'll put it up in the chat. Y'all can check it out if you want to. Yeah. And so y'all can just check that out. But I think we already won the argument on that. It's not even really no argument. It's just some people just came in and got mad because they just felt I was talking about their boyfriend and shit. And D-Ray, give my thumbs up, man. I know you didn't hit my thumbs up, man. Yeah, D-Ray be missing out on that thumbs up. Like he come in here like Stevie and shit. Where's the thumbs up at? Like he don't know. Hit the thumbs up before. You didn't read what Sir Flame wrote, man. Sir Flame gave you the rules down there, man. Come on now. Y'all know the rules when you come in here. Sir Flame put it down when he first came in. He the first one up in there. First one speaking. Somebody always comes first. I don't know who they are, but they never say anything. But I always end up with a thumbs up, so I know somebody comes in. They're not a hater because they always give me a thumbs up. But my hate did finally come in. That's all right. The haters and nothing. I can take it down. I never had to deal with your hate. But I know why you mad and stuff. You mad because I'm exposing. And I'm not the one that's exposing. I'm just reporting about the banned substances. And you mad about that. You mad. Oh, I'm mad. So what? You probably always used to get mad. All three of you probably got slapped around as children and as a grown man. You probably just got slapped around all over the place. Probably always getting punked. Yeah. Just always getting punked and stuff. And so now you mad at me. Oh, he's telling the truth. And I know I used to get punked as a kid. I know people that's on diuretics. They never did steroids or nothing. I hate him. I'm mad. And so that's what you get. You get mad. So now you're mad. Dumb. Which is okay. I just wasn't expecting to build like in my chat. I end up building more and more hate. That means you're doing good though. When you start when your hate is almost as equal. You know what I mean? When your hate is 50% of your like, then you're doing good. You doing good one way. That's not the thumbs up either, man. You being a smart ass, man. That's not no thumbs up. That's not what I mean by thumbs up, man. You got to hit the thumbs up before you hit the live button. He gonna give me a fake thumbs up. That damn D-Ray. D-Ray coming here giving me a fake thumbs up. And why you ain't holler at me, man? I know you still can talk to people. But you ain't hollering back at me, man. But I know you still talking to people. Yeah, I need to. Shit, I wish, not wish, but it'd be nice if I get in touch with Kat or something. Cause I got this event Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got this event, man. She probably can go out there with me and make some money herself. She go out there and make some money. It's gonna be two events. They're like most people, a lot of people going to Oaktown, but yeah, hopefully they'll come over and see me. Cause I'm just across the ocean on the other side. All they gotta do is come across and see me on the other side. Just drive across the ocean. That sounds crazy, huh? Driving across the ocean. But that's how we do over here. We drive across the ocean on one side, and then come see me on the other side. But hopefully it's gonna be lit though. But anyway, I think I killed this whole subject. I think it was murdered. And I did it in a mild, calm manner and stuff like that. Didn't even have to get into too much details on it, but it is what it is though. D-Ray with the fake thumbs up. That's all. It's all good. But anyway, y'all gonna let y'all go and enjoy your weekend and stuff. We'll talk about it. I'll hit y'all back. I might hit y'all tomorrow, Sunday or something. Who knows? Maybe even later on tonight if there's something that I forgot. I left out. But hopefully I didn't. It's good to at least have the awareness. We know that the exposure is going to happen, but at least we got the awareness of this shit that's going on. We got cheaters. We got cheaters, and it's not the same cheaters that they show on television. It's this whole different cheaters. It's not the same thing. Because we know we got the cheaters on that they show on online, but these new cheaters is something else. And hopefully we can get rid of all the cheaters, all the cheating, and just stop. Let's get back to boxing, man. And you're great, and you're a great athlete. You're a great boxer. Hey, let's start doing great things. Go out there and fight, in a great manner. Get your boxing on. Get us excited, like, oh, that's a great boxer. Get us excited again about boxing, and then the game of boxing would not be getting infiltrated by people who are not boxers. Because, like I said, you can't do that nowhere else. You ain't doing no walk-on stuff like that. It costs too much money to even see you. They don't even want to see you. Coaches, agents, all of them, they get paid so much money. They don't even want to see you trying to call yourself walking on. Oh, you can walk off. A lot of times you can walk on from one professional sport to another, but you can't. People just walking on boxing now. They just doing walk-on boxing. Like I said, if you want to walk out and you see even DK Metcalf couldn't just walk his ass out there being a professional football player. He couldn't just walk his ass out there and qualify for the Olympics. Matter of fact, he came in dead last. Even though he's running his ass off, he's running fast. That's fast. That's fast for a guy like that. He's running his ass off, but can't do that. But they do it in boxing. My shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. It's Friday, man. This is September. One of these September the 3rd. But y'all already know I don't put stuff up the way that they say it is, because I know that ain't really what it is. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. Nothing but blessings. I'm going to catch y'all, man.